Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Woodland Academy Explainer. I'm absolutely thrilled you're tuning in today because we're about to go on a pretty incredible journey. We're going to completely transform how you look at vocabulary, taking you from an everyday speller into a championship level word detective. You see, top tier spellers, they don't just memorize endless random lists of words. No way. They analyze them. They break them apart like a giant puzzle. And today we're going to unlock one of the most powerful cheat codes in the English language by mastering the Latin root VEN and VENT. So get ready to seriously level up your word power.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our syllabus for today's explainer, which is really your training for the final exam. We'll start with the decoder machine, then move on to the Root Olympics, hit some more detective quizzes, and finally wrap up with your Word City graduation.
All right, starting right off with Section 1, the decoder machine. Thinking like a word detective.
Imagine you're on stage, the microphone is right in front of you, and you get handed a massive, intimidating word. What's your first move? Well, champion spellers absolutely do not panic. Instead, they just quietly fire up their mental decoder machine. They break the word apart. Let's practice doing exactly that right now with the word intervention. Actually, pause for a quick second. Can you break that apart in your head before I give it away? Give it a shot. Okay, so step 1, we have the prefix inter, which means between. Step 2, our root is vent, meaning come. And step 3, the suffix is ion, which means an act or process. You put that all together, and the literal decoded meaning is coming between, which is amazing, right? Because it perfectly matches the modern meaning, stepping into a situation to help. It's literally like a teacher coming between two arguing students to stop a fight.
Let's try another one and see how this builds. Your next challenge word is circumvention. Go ahead, run that through your decoder machine real quick. What are you getting? Let's check the steps. We take circum, our prefix, meaning around. We add the root, vent, meaning come, and cap it off with ion, our suffix for act. Put it all into the machine, and the literal translation is coming around. Finding that root completely unlocks the modern definition, which is finding a way around an obstacle. Think about it. If a hiking trail is suddenly blocked by a fallen tree, you find a circumvention. You literally find a way to come around it.
Moving swiftly into Section 2, the Root Olympics, where we'll compare VEN to some other heavy hitters. Now, what's really interesting about this is that in spelling bees, a lot of roots can look or sound pretty similar. So you have to know exactly which team you're rooting for, and you really need to visually memorize these differences. Look at the FAIR team and the PORT team. They both share the core idea of carry, like transferring a file or transporting cargo. Then you have the TRACT team. They're all about the pull. Think of a tractor pulling a heavy plow, or how a magnet attracts metal. The DUCT team likes to take the lead, which helps us conduct a symphony or deduce a complex answer. But right up at the top, our absolute champion today is the VEN team, bringing home the core idea of come in words like invent and prevent. Definitely lock this lineup into your memory. All right, it's time for a lightning-fast root detective challenge. I want you to imagine the clock is ticking down, the game show lights are flashing, the music is getting tense, and you need to lock in your answer right now. Which root means come? Is it A, port, B, fair, C, VEN, or D, DUCT? Shout it out. If you confidently yelled out C, VEN, you nailed it. Absolutely excellent job. I really want you to cement this definition into your brain right now. VEN, or vent, is your golden anchor formula. It is a vital Latin root that simply means to come. Memorize this one formula, and I promise you it will never let you down on stage. That brings us to Section 3, Word Detective Quizzes. Are you ready to test your root power?
Here is your first interactive challenge. I want you to see if you can predict the meaning of the word contravene. Take the prefix contra, which means against, and combine it with our golden root vene, which of course means come. Take a brief pause here. Combine those two. What do you think the modern meaning of contravene actually is?
And here is the answer. Contravene literally means to come against. And you can completely see how that literal translation naturally evolves into the modern everyday meaning, to oppose or violate a rule. If you contravene a law, your actions are, quite literally, coming against the established rules. Pretty brilliant, right?
Now, let's look at how this root is just hiding in plain sight in words we use all the time. Look at inventor. That's a person who comes up with something brand new. Prevent is stopping something before it comes. A convention is a massive coming together of people. A venue is the actual physical place where those people come. Advent is the arrival or the coming of something super important. And revenue? Well, that's just the money that comes back into a business. So the crucial point is this. This single, tiny root, VEN or VENT, is the hidden engine powering so many of the common vocabulary words you're already using every single day.
Okay, welcome to the Hard Word Challenge round. These are the advanced, championship-level spelling bee words. We have adventitious, which means coming from the outside or appearing unexpectedly. Venturous, meaning you're willing to take risks, obviously connected to going on a venture. Eventuality, a possible future event that may come to pass. Conventional, built straight from convention, meaning traditional. And convener, one who gathers people together. Now for spelling bees, you really want to listen carefully to those endings. Notice the -ious sound at the end of adventitious and the or ending in convener. If you can combine those specific suffix spelling tips with your rock-solid VEN root, you are going to be unstoppable.
Huge congratulations, because we've made it to Section 4, Word City Graduation, your mastery and final exam.
Real quick, consider the difference between the word vention and venue. Vention is the act of coming, while venue is the place where people come. And this brilliantly illustrates how changing just a couple of letters, literally just changing the suffix, alters the entire application of their root. The core idea of coming stays perfectly intact, but the morphology shifts the word completely from an action to a physical location.
I want you to step back for a second and just look at the massive word family you have completely unlocked today. Event, invent, prevent, intervene, convene, convention, venue, advent, adventure. Look at all of that. You didn't just learn one definition today. You learned how a single root unlocks dozens and dozens of complex words. By knowing VEN and VENT, you instantly have the baseline spelling and the foundational definition for this entire huge family of words.
Professor Owl from the Woodland Academy has this incredibly wise saying, and I want you to remember it. Champion spellers do not memorize random words. Champion spellers learn roots. It is so true. I really want you to take that advice to heart. Rote memorization will honestly only get you so far before your brain just runs out of space. Learning patterns, identifying the prefixes, roots, and suffixes, that is the absolute ultimate strategy for spelling bee domination.
So, I'm going to leave you with this. The next time you're reading a tough book or you're standing up at that microphone during a high-stakes spelling bee and you see or hear the root VEN or VENT, I want you to stop and ask yourself, who or what is coming? That one simple, provocative question is the exact key that will unlock the entire word for you. Keep exploring, keep building that word power, and remember to always think like a word detective. Thank you so much for learning with me today, and I'll catch you in our next Root Explainer.